What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another video here. Today we're going to talk about another do-it-yourself soft wash skid build idea for under $3,000. This video here today is going to be about a non-batch mixing setup, a blend setup here. Please check your right top hand corner for a link to the video that you see on your screen now. That is the video that I posted previous to this. I kind of skip over a lot of the equipment and the pricing that we already talked about. This current video is going to make a lot more sense if you watch this one first. That video again left off as a batch mix, pretty simple setup at about $1,741.13. And today we're going to add on a few more components and get away from that batch mixing setup and make us more efficient on our jobs and in our wallet. Batch mixing is very costly. Switching to metering, adding another $1,000 to your skid is going to save you a lot of money and headache over time. So let's jump into that and see how we can make this setup a little bit better. Okay, now that everyone is caught up and that we've watched the first video there where we built the batch mix setup with a 100-gallon tank, the hose reel, and a 12-volt pump for $1,743. We're now going to expand that out into a metered system, and to do that, we need an additional tank. I recommend another 100-gallon tank. This is going to be for our SH, our bleach. Nice to have a lot of quantity when we're going from job to job. So again, I recommend 100-gallon. It's going to add another $353 to our build. I'm sure you can find some different pricing out here. This one is from Home Depot. It's the same tank that was showed in the past video. Again, you can go to chemtainer.com or any other big tank distributor and find maybe some different pricing, but that's probably the ballpark that we're going to be in. So that's going to add another $353 to our build. In addition to our 100-gallon tanks, we're going to need another small tank. 16 gallons will be fine, anywhere between 15 to 24, 25 gallons. 16 is really more than enough. Here, we're going to add a $119 to our build. If you're lucky, you're building right now, and you go to, I don't know what this is, National Tank Outlet. It looks like they're having a sale here for $59. But I'm not going to include that number. I'm going to include the full price. And that is going to be another $119. Not too bad. Now the truck is going to have 3 tanks. And from here, the last item that we need is a blend manifold or some sort of metering system. This one right here is over at our buddy Southeast Soft Wash. If you guys are looking for one, it seems to be reasonably priced with some of the other ones on the market, but the same as the tanks. They can be found a couple of dollars off here and there. So do your own investigation, figure out where you can find the best price. But $549 is a good number to use here for us. It's basically average. So adding that metering system to our build is going to bring the total build to $2,764. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. The only thing different that we've done is add 2 extra tanks and this fancy little metering proportioning system. For those of you who don't know how this works yet, I'll just kind of glaze over it quickly here. This metering system will allow all 3 of our substances here, our water, our chem, and our soap, to mix by the turn of these orange dials here. You can turn the water all the way on, the water all the way off, the chem halfway on, and you can kind of have a stronger strength when you need it and a weaker strength when you need it, or just the water. So what we have here is our water, our plastic water tubing that flows up into our metering system. The same tubing is dropped down into our chem tank and into our soap tank. They would all hook into the barbs here on the end of this metering system, and then another clear plastic poly hose will then run to our 12-volt pump, and then from our 12-volt pump to our hose reel. Very similar to our batch mix setup. We had our water coming out of our 100-gallon tank into our 12-volt pump, down into our reel, and then out to the house. The same thing is happening here. but we're able to control our mix. Back before in here, not only was it a 100-gallon tank of water, but you also had your SH in here, and you also had your soap, and whatever mix you made in the morning before going out is the mix that you had. You're always guessing how strong your mix was. This eliminates that. So when you pull up to do a roof job and it's very dirty, we want our water all the way on. So that's going to be open 100%. Then we can turn the dial, turn our SH on, and we will put that somewhere around 50%. Okay. And that would be the dial 50% open. And then we can add a little soap. And as you open up your wand and fire up our pump, it's going to start pulling from all three tanks. They're going to mix in the line. And by the time it goes through your pump and through your reel out to the house, you're going to have an H2O, an SH, and a soap mix. Now you want to wash the house. I really don't like using a surfactant, any soap on a house wash. I think it makes the rinsing a lot harder, and I don't think that using the surfactant is actually, much of a benefit. I haven't found it to be. You can figure that out for yourself. But if I was going to start washing this house, I'd go back to the truck. I'd turn off my soap dial here. So now I just have SH and water. And because you usually need a less strong chemical mix to do a house wash, I would also cut back our SH a little bit here. Turn off our SH line a little bit here. The soap's already off. And now you're going to get water in a light mix going through your reel to wash the house. Then you can either still hook up to the homeowner's hose or spigot and rinse with a contractor hose, or you can come back to the reel here. Now we're going to cut off our chem completely and just our water is open. So now the pump is going to pull water through. It's going to rinse out our lines. It's going to rinse out our pump, rinse out all our hose and our reel. Then eventually you're just going to be flowing fresh water, rinse everything down. Pumps and hoses are cleaned out. You're ready to go. It really just gives you a lot of options that the batch mixing does not give you. So turning our skid system from a batch mix into a meter system is not all that complicated, and you don't need a whole lot more extra parts, just a couple extra tank, a little more hosing, and then your proportioner. You've already got the first tank. If you're building any kind of setup at all, you've already got your hose reel, your hose, your pumps. We're just going to add in a few more components here. Yes, it does add another $1,000 to your build, but it's going to save you much more than that in time, energy, and especially actual dollars in chlorine or SH bleach costs over time. When I was batch mixing, I never knew exactly what was in the tank. You were always guessing. My mixes were sometimes too strong when they didn't need to be. And in that case, you're just literally pouring chlorine out the end of your hose and it's just wasted. So having a metering system, I highly recommend. You're going to be able to dial back on your chem when you need to, turn off your soap when you want to, and you're just going to be able to make your equipment last longer, being able to rinse it constantly, as well as cut back on the costs. And again, we're running a business to make money. So building an efficient skid, an efficient soft wash setup up front will allow us to be more efficient in our washing and spend less money down the road, not only on repairs, but equipment, as such as our SH and stuff like that. So keep this stuff in mind when we're building our skids. I kind of had to do it twice in the middle of the season. Hopefully this stuff will kind of help some guys do this right the first time. Leave some questions and comments below, and we'll see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe and support the channel, and everyone be safe until next time.